Throughout history, there have been discoveries that don't fit. Blueprints, drawings, and schematics far beyond the knowledge of their time. Artifacts that hint at civilizations lost, technologies forgotten, or perhaps visitors from elsewhere. It begins with the Antikythera mechanism. Found in a shipwreck off the coast of Greece, this bronze device, over 2,000 years old, was more advanced than anything known until centuries later. It predicted eclipses, mapped planetary movements, used a complex system of gears more precise than clockwork Europe would see 1,000 years later. How did ancient Greeks, with no telescopes and crude tools, craft something so impossibly accurate? Some say it was the work of a forgotten genius. Others whisper about knowledge gifted, or stolen, from unknown sources. And the Antikythera is only the beginning. In Egypt, hidden deep in the temple of Hathor at Dendera, are the so-called Dendera lights, strange stone carvings that seem to depict giant bulbs connected to power sources. Mainstream scholars call it religious symbolism. But alternative researchers ask, if it's just symbolic, why the precision? Why the detail? There are old scrolls found in Baghdad that show detailed sketches of what appears to be a working battery, the Baghdad battery, dated nearly 2,000 years before the concept of electrical energy was understood. Blueprints of the impossible. And what of the Nazca lines in Peru? From the ground, they are meaningless scratches. But from the sky, images of animals, geometric precision stretched across miles of desert. How could an ancient culture, with no way to fly, design figures so massive they can only be fully appreciated from above? Some theorists suggest they were markers, runways for sky visitors, or maps for those who could see from the clouds. The Dogon tribe in Mali, West Africa, spoke of a star system, Sirius B, invisible to the naked eye, centuries before modern telescopes could confirm its existence. How could they know about a star so dense and tiny, hidden in the cosmos? They claim they were taught by beings who came from the stars. Across the oceans, ancient maps like the Piri Reis map show the coastline of Antarctica, not as it appears under ice today, but as it would look ice-free thousands of years ago, long before modern navigation, long before Antarctica was supposedly even discovered. Who mapped the world before mankind could even imagine it? And why do so many ancient blueprints seem to hint at knowledge, technological, astronomical, and geological, that shouldn't have existed? Were these glimpses of forgotten civilizations, survivors of lost epochs like Atlantis? Or were they scattered gifts, fragments of a larger design humanity was never meant to fully understand? In the ancient Sanskrit texts of India, the Vedas, there are descriptions of flying machines called vimanas. The texts speak in technical detail, propulsion methods, metals used, flight maneuvers, not poetry, schematics. What if these weren't myths, but memories? What if blueprints for technology beyond our time were left behind intentionally, buried in the sands, hidden in temples, encoded in myth, waiting to be found when humanity was ready? Or worse, what if they were abandoned warnings, whispers from civilizations that reached too far, flew too high, and fell too hard? Today, engineers and scientists still marvel at some of these discoveries. Reverse engineering ancient mechanisms reveals complexity and precision unmatched for their supposed eras. But the deeper they dig, the more questions arise. Who were the true architects of human history? What secrets have been lost to time, erased by catastrophe, buried by the rise and fall of empires? And if we are rediscovering blueprints of the impossible now, what were they building towards? Maybe not every discovery was meant to empower us. Maybe some were meant to warn us. A blueprint not for greatness, but for our end. And somewhere, in forgotten ruins, in hidden vaults, there are still plans waiting for someone brave enough or foolish enough to follow them.